And I think it's interesting, like when men make a lot of money, they tend to think, awesome, I can support my wife and my kids. When women make a lot of money, they think, I'm a strong, independent woman that doesn't need a man. That's always interesting to me.
Well, I think most successful women don't do it for, like, they do it for themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I get what you're saying. I get there's a pressure for men to be like, oh, I'm working to provide, whereas women work to, you know, feel good, I guess, or like work to feel accomplished or, you know, be successful. But like, I don't know. I don't think it makes them less attractive, per se.
No, I don't think it makes a woman necessarily less. It's not even the money component. It doesn't make her less attractive, but it doesn't make her more attractive.
But why does like a woman's life need to be like all about the man's? Do you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. But I think you were asking something about like, do guys like boss? I forgot the exact what originated the conversation, boss babes or boss ass bitch. But it's good for you. But take for example, I would say that a man who's a doctor, a lot of women would see the money, the status, because that's a very well-respected career, being a doctor. That would make him like more attractive from a romantic point of view. But I can't say that that a woman who's a doctor, for me as a guy, that's a great career. Congratulations, I'm sure you're doing well. You must be very intelligent, but it doesn't make her more attractive. Like, I'll go date. There's a 30-year-old woman who is a resident at a hospital and she's making six figures. I'll go date the 20-year-old who works at Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Who's hotter.
Right. No, yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I get it.
So, I mean, it just... I will say, though, that, like, I think intelligence is attractive in women. Because obviously I think intelligence, there's something genetic there. So like a woman who's intelligent will probably that'll impact the IQ of our children to some degree. Yeah. So like, I'm not saying I like just total bimbos, but like, yeah. I would argue that regardless of your career achievement, well, okay.
Donated $99. As a doctor, I see this all the time, and Brian is 100% correct.
Cam H, maybe, I don't know if you can talk about your colleagues, but do you, like, if you were to compare the female doctors versus the male doctors, like, who's more likely, are the male doctors more likely to date nurses versus the female doctors are more likely to want to date other doctors or like somebody who's more on their level? Because I think it's the case that with, for example, oh, we got another one. Hold on. I'll come back to the Cam H.
Sports donated $100. You still don't get it. Men can work 60 hours a week and they will make time for the woman. The woman works 40 hours a week and have time for no one but themselves. We are different. Feminism is a lie and has failed. You learn from the mistake.
Feminism is a lie. Do you have a response to Grid One Motorsports?
Well, I just think if, you know, it's a double standard. Like, it's...
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, if a guy has time to work and also be with his wife, then a woman that does the same thing also has the time for their husband too, you know?
Yeah, going back to Cam H's thing, he says, as a doctor, I see this all the time, and Brian is 100% correct. I would say, generally speaking, like, take a male doctor, male attorney versus female doctor, female attorney. A male doctor, male attorney, he'll date like a hot barista. Does not care. Like, does not really care about her career. Whereas if you look at a woman who's an attorney, who's a doctor, she's probably going to want to date a guy who's like on her level or higher.
Yeah.
So...
That's good, right? Or no? It's not...
Well, that's just hypergamy. Like, men date down frequently. Men marry down, date down.
Why do you think they date down?
What do you mean? Like, socioeconomically. Because
do you think they date down because they can?
Yo, Doc, thank you so much for the gifted 20 memberships. Go ahead.
Do you think they date down because they don't want the competition of being with someone on their level?
I feel like they just don't care about
I just, again, I don't
They
think
just
it's.
don't care. You guys don't think about like stuff like that.
I don't think, like, I would say for most men, obviously, I think one of the counters to my position a little bit is, given, and I've said this before, given the like economic and financial climate, I would argue most households need two incomes. So you could make the argument that actually most men would want to find a woman who, because of the economic climate, and that you need two incomes to like hold down a household, especially if you want to have kids, that it is going to be part of the calculus when picking someone to partner with. My argument though is that that's never, for most men, it's never gonna, like if we meet like a really fucking amazing girl who earns significantly less than us, that's never gonna be a deal breaker for a guy. Whereas I would argue for a lot of women, if you run into a guy who's not like at some sort of...
Oh, I see what you're saying. The standards are very different. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
No, that does make sense. That's
Yeah.
totally valid.
But, and also typically, like if you're making a lot of money, typically those jobs are going to be a little typically stressful. You might be working a lot, and I don't know, like a guy probably wants a girl who's a bit more available, I'd say.
I think, I don't know. Like, I'm from LA, so a lot of guys find it more attractive when women are.
Sorry.
Donated $99. Agreed. I have seen female subspecialist
Oh, Cam H
physicians
is
like me
is a
who marry
woman?
male physicians in a less competitive fields, and it does often negatively affect their relationships. This is rarely the case with male doctor/female nurse as the natural hierarchy works.
Yeah, I would imagine a male doctor is much more likely. Well, then again, there's not a lot of male nurses, so I feel like this is not the most perfect
Yeah.
thing. But I would argue that a male doctor, male attorney, a very high-achieving, high-earning man is much more likely or willing to date a woman who is like earning significantly less than him. So is Cam H a woman though? I've seen female subspecialist physicians like me. Oh, okay, all right. What kind of, what are we talking here? We talking orthopedist, what are we talking here? Okay, gynecologist, OBGYN. What's up?
For
She's seen some Audis for sure. Okay. Oh,
Donated
Oh,
$99.
come on, bro.
I am a dude lol. Also there
Sea of
are a
male
sea
nurses.
of male nurses as well.
yeah.
fire.
Were you gonna say something? Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, no, same.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Dope.
Saw.
Dope.
Yeah.
But what was it? I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say.